Here, better investing, better trading, however you want to call it. Today is Friday, January the 3rd. The first week of the market has closed. So let's talk about it. Let's start with SPY real fast. Try to make this really quick. If you watched the video yesterday, I talked about, us kind of just slightly undercutting these lows from December 20th and then rallying into the close right back here. And, I kind of called out this trend line, and this was hopeful for me to not even trade SPY or not try to short SPY because us gapping up and then us kind of putting in, higher highs and higher lows on a 65 minute, I was like, yeah, there's nothing really to do here. Perhaps if we would have got into this area a little quicker into the session, maybe we could have looked short if we would have broke here on a 65 minute, but there was nothing screaming here to take it short. Maybe the one chance I was thinking about was this candle here right at 1140 after the 65 minute close, but we never broke these close. And the reason why I was thinking about it is because I called out this area here, pretty much this area here, which corresponded with the lows from last Friday. But it never triggered. So we kind of got to see what happens going forward. What we would like to see really is us maybe pull back, put in a higher low, right? We put in a higher low, and then we can risk off of that, and then we can get some more momentum to the upside. But really, it's still a little pause for concern by looking at it from the daily perspective, because we're still under these. I mean, I'm not looking at a 65 minute, but from a daily perspective, still some work to be done. But I'm not really trying to trade, SPY as much right now. I think I'll wait for when I get my indications from using my tick and my ADD readings, is when I want to trade SPY. So that's what we got there. We go here on QQQ. Same thing, right? I talked about us doing similar action. Perhaps what happened here is we trapped some bears, right? Because we undercutted this low from December 20th here, and this 65 minute candle closed low. We broke those low, and then we rallied into the close, and we got right back above those lows. Then we gapped up. Same thing. We're right here at the 20 and the 9. Not nothing really to do. Same thing right here on the 65 minute. We kind of hit these lows from the last Friday, but never triggered to take a short because we never broke those lows. So we kind of got to see what happens here again. Maybe we pull back, put in a higher low, and then we get that action for us to start to rally back up into this gap area and potentially make all-time highs. I think the one thing you can pay attention to, if we go back to SPY, is maybe this is kind of putting in sort of a W pattern if we think about it. So here's your W right here. You pull back. All right, there's your W forming, and your neckline's right back up there around that 603 location, 602 location. And if you just measure the width of this move, this is about 20 bucks or so. If we break out of there, that put us at all-time highs around like 620. So real positive. I think that's the way you look at it. It's very important to kind of navigate the market, tell the story, and go from there. Let's go look at Tesla real fast. I did talk about Tesla. I said mark out these levels. Tesla likes to go on Fridays, right? A lot of people play the options, the 0DTEs on Fridays, and I mentioned that this 390 location is definitely important. That's something you want to pay attention to. And as you can see here, we gapped up, we put in a low, we put in a higher low right here at 1020. We push, we consolidate above VWAP. Let me just turn on the 9 and the 20 real fast. I do want to call these out specifically. Right, holding the 9. Volume comes in right here. We can see the volume, right? Millions of volume, trading above, the average volume. It comes in. We break the 390. We pull back, and that's where you want to look to take a long. If you weren't able to anticipate this move, this is definitely an anticipation move. Like you can play consolidation right above, right? This is more of a, you can play this consolidation right here, and if we break out, all right, my stop is that low, right? That's fine to play, but I think the better play is to let it play out, and then you hit the first pullback, right? So we had a nice little pullback here into the EMA 9 on the 5-minute chart, and this right here, you buy the 400s, those things closed, about $1,000. Right, and when they were trading here, they're probably around like $1, $2, right? The next I think best spot to probably buy this was a few minutes later. We get this small pullback right here, and then we rally again, right? Holding the 9, pulling back into the 9, giving those flag patterns. I will continue to speak this because I've seen this work. I watch traders use it, and it's really useful, right? This trend is straight up. The moving averages are parallel to each other, no crossing over, really showing the momentum to the upside. So, but there's nothing really here to play from a daily perspective. Like we just look at the daily chart. I mean, I don't know what else do we do here. I think this chart has to build out for another long if that's the case. I'm still looking for it to pull back. Maybe if you want to put it in a higher low, then get back above here, or maybe you want to run right before the election. I mean, before the Donald Trump inauguration. I did take this short, and it kind of pisses me off because I had a killer entry, but I was trading zero DTEs, and I took these from $2 to $4. I want to say this is kind of like a VWAP sizzle. Think of you like opening a bottle of a soda, and it kind of fizzles out. Yeah, this is a VWAP fizzle, right? Where it makes that noise. This is kind of that sizzle. Right, you got that sizzle where it's just trading above the VWAP, then a breakdown. I literally brought right here. My stop was that candle's high, and we got this nice move down. I took these contracts from $2.45 to $4, and it was definitely another chance to kind of short right back into this box here. I think really it looks even better when you look at it on the 5-minute chart. Right, we reject the EMA 20 from below. It's already trading below the 20, and this continued to sell off, and those contracts. From $4 or from $2.44, those contracts closed around like $1,300. Now you're in this entire time, right? You see the trend, you see the parallels of the 9 and the 20. You're not out of any until you probably take some off here into these previous lows, right? Because that's a good risk to reward. But you're managing the rest of those. You're not out until like right here. Unfortunately, I probably should have played next week cons to give myself a little more time and see what happens. I am in this Roblox. Let's go take a look at this. I bought this a little late. I bought this 5-minute breakout. I mean, I bought the February, so I'm only risking $1 or so. I want to see what else happened here. I'm a little upset that it didn't gain any traction today, considering the market was continuing to go higher. But I do like this breakout here on the daily. Let's go take a look at the daily real fast. And I already have some of the things measured out. So if you look at it from like if you want to say like the measure of this move, that's the flagpole. If this flagpole measurement plays out, this takes it up to about like $76. If the width of this pattern plays out, it takes it up to around $66. I just need it to work, and that's all I'm looking for. We'll see what happens. I was hoping the volume would be a little bit better here, a little more volume towards the end of the day. I was hoping for, and at least more volume than the previous day, but it trading sideways gave me no reason to take it off. Another thing that I am in this FMMC, right? This Freddie Mac. I think I talked about this. This set it up on a weekly, and it came at a perfect time. Bill Ackman, that's your catalyst, came out with a tweet, and he literally came out with this tweet right when it was triggering right here. This pullback into the EMA 9 on the weekly. I bought it at 272. I sold some for 20%, and now I'm just managing the rest. I think it's really noticeable to see this volume here from November 11th, right? This is from the election after Trump got elected. A lot of volume, pullback on relatively low volume, and then we get a spike on volume again. This looks like a bottoming pattern, and then we get the big old, consolidation pullback. Then we get the breakout. I think this is really screaming. If we look at it, if it gets back above, like here's your IPOs from 89. From 89, we're hitting IPO levels from 89, but this stock used to be, $40-$60. And I want to say he put a target around like 30, and I think he's going to be talking about it like next week or a week after on Twitter or X. So we got to see what happens there. I'm still in this RR. This is Rich Tech Robotics. This is a absolutely beauty of a chart. I called this out right when I noticed this trend line. No break. Right, this is a trend line break from the all-time highs. They are going to be presenting at the CES event, right, where a lot of the big tech stocks go, and they're going to be talking about their robotics. The reason why I say robotics, a lot of robotic stocks have been ripping. A lot of shitty stocks have been ripping. A lot of late stage things that you kind of see. But hey, you go where the money is, and that's where the money at. We got a break of this trend line. I think that's what really caught my attention. And we see the volume here, right? Pulls back into this trend line right here, right at the EMA 20, and then we break above the 200. We pull back into the 200, then we gap up above. And my average is around like 198. I took some off at 290, and I took a little bit more off at like 410. And I'm just managing this up the 9. I'll sell the rest when we close below the 20, or maybe we get a pop into 200 back into 12, and I sell some more. But I really like this position. I'm going to just manage it, see what happens. We can go take a look at some things real fast. Let's go take a look at some of your big stocks. So no, Apple again. I think we got to look for here for the 50. This previous breakout spot around here like 237 or so. I think that's the area really to watch here. Amazon, I do like what I see on Amazon. Kind of a flag, little wedge pattern. 50 still curling up. The 200 still curling up, right? A little undercut of the 20. All right, knock out some buyers. And right now we're breaking through the 9 again. I don't know if I want to play this breakout. I would like to kind of for it to trail a little more sideways perhaps, but it doesn't look too bad. Google right here at these previous all-time highs. Right, we can see that. Probably want to see this build out a little bit more, get a little more constructive. Kind of did undercut the 20, remounting the 9 or closing right at the 9. Let's see what happens there. Meta. I think I talked about this. I actually talked about if this one to pop, and I didn't have an alert set. God damn. I didn't talk about an alert. Like if I wanted to pop back into this spot right here to like 607, I probably could have took a short there. I'm not gonna go over it though. Let's talk about Nvidia. So I think Nvidia, it hasn't truly invalidated yet, but I think it validates above 146, where it can put in a right above. Like if it can put in another lower high here, the lower highs are still working, but the gap up above the 50, they do have that CES event as well, so maybe that's the reason why we're getting some momentum on it. The volume definitely spiked right now. You kind of see the volume is kind of like increasing while I was doing this consolidation. I talked about, because I stopped for a second. I said man, this doesn't look bad for a long, honestly. You can kind of see this flag pattern just from this particular price action right there. Now we got that breakout. So, do we go back to all-time highs? I'm not too sure. I think we got to get back above 146, see what happens there. But I don't think this actually truly invalidates. Maybe it does, right? Because we definitely broke structure to the downside. But we can still continue that structure being another lower high if we fade or reject before 146. Above 146, I mean, at that point, I think you'll be stupid to still be trying to look short on it.